Welcome back to Fast Track. I'm Caitlin McQueen.
And I'm Joey Beard. In this segment, we'll take a look at how one Lafayette local is helping hungry students. But first, let's check in with some of Purdue's cutting-edge technology.
This year, the Purdue Aviation Department took a step ahead of many curriculums found at competing schools by replacing more than half their fleet with 16 new planes. Sarah Smith has more on some of the new technology found in these planes.
The Purdue Aviation Department added 16 new planes to keep their fleet on the cutting edge of the aviation curriculum. Among these new planes are 14 Cirrus SR-20 GSs and 2 SR-20 GTSs. Flight instructor Pascal Nugent explains the benefits and new technology these planes have, such as a detailed map of every airport, FM radio, airbags, a parachute which can hold the entire weight of a plane, and a system that keeps the plane level in case the pilot loses his or her orientation.
And it would actually put their airplane right side up and make everything normal, so to speak.
These planes also switch to have completely digital dashboards.
They have the basic information displayed from here to there, and it's just all in one.
The addition of these 16 new planes is another step the Aviation Department has taken to improve the quality of education to their flight students. I'm Sarah Smith with Fast Track News.
What was once a sport for wizards has now made its way into the Muggle world. The Purdue Quidditch Club hosted teams from across the Midwest in Purdue's first ever Quidditch Invitational. With more on the story, here's Tony Manzo.
On October 24th, Vaughter Field served as the home field to the Quidditch Club here at Purdue. The team welcomed different clubs from other colleges such as Ball State, Illinois State, and Carthage College, among others. The sport of Muggle Quidditch has been gaining more and more popularity each year. I asked Peter Chen, president of the Purdue Quidditch Club, what he thinks draws people to the sport.
Harry Potter, number one, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you love Quidditch. That's the biggest thing. Secondly, the hard part is getting people to, actually try it out. Like, so many people enjoy just watching it, but you gotta look like a fool. But it's just fun when you try and play it, so.
Most of the teams are open to anyone interested, although many people don't understand how the game can be adapted for real-world play. Hannah Lindgren, co-founder of the Ball State Quidditch League, talked about how she explains the Muggle version of this fantasy game to those who have never heard of it.
Basically, when I start out describing it to people, I say, yes, we run around on brooms like fools, and we basically play dodgeball and basketball all in one. And that usually gets their attention and says, oh, maybe I want to check that out. So,
many of the teams use this tournament as an opportunity to see where they stood amongst other universities. Eric Sipe, Quidditch League captain at Carthage College, whose team was newly formed just weeks ago, spoke about his team's experience in their first tournament.
We just did the whole preliminary round. We played every team and come really close. We kind of knew this was going to be a learning experience more than anything, but we're really picking up. The gap is getting closer and closer with each game, and we're really proud of that. And we're really great. We're really happy to be here, and the crowd is being really supportive of us.
The home team of Purdue came out the victors, stomping the number 1 seed, Ball State, in the championship game. For Fast Track News, I'm Tony Manzo.
The Midwest has seen intense windstorms and rain within the past week, but let's check in with Eric Larson to see what's going on across the country this week.
Now that storm that moved through earlier this week is out of our area, but we're still feeling some of the wind around. But we want to talk a little bit about how impressive this system actually was. If you take a look at the map from Tuesday, this is quite an impressive system. You see this gradient, this actually indicates how strong winds are. The tighter these bars are, the more powerful the winds are. Now in meteorology, we call this a weather bomb, where the pressure actually drops 24 millibars within 24 hours. What this tells you is that you get very strong winds and a very tight gradient as you move in front and behind of this storm. Now, just looking from the center of this low pressure system out towards New York, we actually see a gradient of 43 millibars, and that's why we saw winds up near 40 miles an hour when that storm moved through. Now this is a satellite picture of that storm. Here are the thunderstorms that moved through our area on Tuesday. But looking up at the center of this system, that's where the real record maker was. We actually saw a record of 955.2 millibars pressure in Big Fork, Minnesota, which is actually the second lowest barometric pressure reading in the history of the United States. And that pressure reading is actually equal to a Category 3 hurricane. Now this is the radar map looking at those storms that actually moved through. And as you can see, this bowline feature up to our west, east, That's actually indicated of very strong winds. And we saw numerous high wind reports out of that batch of storms located just to our east. Now, if you take a look inside the circle here, we actually see a little hook with that storm. When we see any types of those hooks, we actually see tornadoes associated with that. And as you saw on Tuesday, we saw tornado warnings all up and down this line of storms. And finally, we're taking a look off at this wavy pattern here, and that's actually indicative of high shear, which also we saw many tornadoes in that thunderstorm. Now that system's out of our area now, and we're back to fall conditions. I'm Eric Larson with your Fast Track weather.
Katie's Coffee in downtown Lafayette may be a bit outside the courthouse square, but after almost 3 years at 1016 Main Street, the shop is still brewing strong with some of the best cups of coffee in town.
On a clear, crisp day in October, many people bustle around Main Street in Lafayette. Even though Katie's Coffee is 7 blocks away from the courthouse, its location does not deter people from stopping in to grab a fresh cup of coffee.
I was told that moving up to this end of Main Street would be a death sentence, that we'd only be open about 3 months and that would be it, we'd be done.
But Katie's did not fail. In fact, the business has been in operation for nearly 3 years, with their anniversary coming up next month. Most of the store's success can be credited to Jerry's hands-on approach as owner-operator. He is normally in the shop by 5:30 every morning and usually heads home around 8:30 at night. However, depending on the season or special events, he sometimes will arrive to the store earlier or leave at night later. Jerry believes with his management style, it's a good thing he works in a coffee shop.
If it wasn't for the free coffee, I would have quit this place a long time ago. Today is October 26th, 1,369 days in a row I've worked.
Jerry does not believe that just being in the building will make his store successful.
You have to have a bigger product, a better product, terrific customer service, know your clients, know what they want, listen to them.
An oasis from the bustle of campus life, even an employee from a West Lafayette coffee shop was at KD's for the morning. He requested that his picture not be used in the footage, and we complied. Don't worry, Junior, your secret is safe with us. For Fast Track, I'm Bitsy Matatal.
When we return, we have details on long-term effects of concussions for athletes.
We also have your local weather and sports roundup. Stay tuned.